In this universe,
in this galaxy, in this world, beneath the influencer clouds,
over the viral video fields,
off the information superhighway,
there are voices in the digital wilderness, whispering
more opinions.
If you listen,
you will hear. We are here, yeah. Good day, people. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, for those who are going to stick around for 30 seconds and then come back in the middle of the show, not say anything, and then log out because apparently there's nothing going on, and then show up at the end and say hi. Hello.
Or I say something really stupid and offensive and they just leave. Well, it's a good chance for all of it here, so...
Do you think you've lost any friends because of anything you've ever said on this show? Just a prediction. No? Okay.
No. You?
All right. I think so, but I can't prove it.
And the other thing with that is if it took this show for you to figure out that stuff I say is offensive, then you really weren't that good of a friend. Like, honestly. Like a friend. I'm not saying someone that's come out and stumbled across the show and watch. Well, really only had one that kind of stumbled across the show. But if you're a friend of mine and something on here I said offended you and we're not friends anymore, then yeah, you must not have been that good of a friend. Because maybe it's not so much in high school, but definitely the last, I'd say 20 years, I've been a real prick. So, yeah. Just saying. So, I want to show off this. I just saw this on Facebook, and I found this very interesting. And I want to get your perspective on what, and people that are watching, what you would choose in this situation. So, this is, all right. Bolo!
Hey,
now,
Bolo.
If you could choose one mask, what would it be? I will just say, and I won't say my reason, I take the mask. That's what I'm taking.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I want you to pick yours first, because then I'll explain. That way I can't sway you.
Interesting.
Shut up, Brody. Because I think me and you are on the exact same wavelength, so don't say anything. Because I said that too. Don't say anything.
Oh, Brody's just jumping on the bandwagon because someone else said it first.
Because that's what Brody does, is jump on. He never goes against the grain. Brody always just goes with just sticking with it. But
and Brody can't type fast enough to defend himself.
But okay, so what mask would you take? Who do we lose, me or Alex? That's Alex that's buffering. Ooh.
Really?
Yeah, that was you, dude. You froze hard.
Okay.
Yeah, just wait. Pick a mask.
Well, I got to know what powers are associated with the mask. For example, with Jason, is it the power of immortality? Or being able to swing a machete?
That's interesting. Yeah, well, the interesting would be like the ability not to die. You know, like psychopathic rage. Green Ranger, you can blow on a flute and call a big dragon thingy. Spawn wasn't really into Spawn, so I'm not too sure what his mask would do.
Yeah.
Wolverine, of course, the ability to heal, adamantium claws. Iron Man, Tony Stark could be a millionaire and have lots of cool suits. Darth Vader, you are a grumpy man in a leathery suit that's probably really hot. In the Flash, you can go ahead.
And you sound like James Earl Jones, and you have control of the Force.
Yes. And Flash, because he runs really fast. Okay.
What about the Green Ranger?
I said that. Or maybe that's when your thing went out. He blows on a magical sword flute and can call a Dragon Zord thing from the Power Rangers.
Well, that's out.
Mm-hmm. So what is your choice, sir? Perhaps want me to explain, and then maybe you'll get on to me with me? With the mask?
Okay, go ahead.
Because I can be every single one of those with the mask. The mask allows you to choose what you want to be. Remember, Jim Carrey got to be a crazy cartoon guy.
Yeah.
The big muscle guy, or the other guy wanted to be a big muscle head and a big brute. That's what he got to be. So I'm going on the assumption that with the mask, I can be whatever I want to be. I can be every single one of those people on there.
That's almost like a loophole because the mask with the powers is supposed to be a certain parameter, but you're circumventing it.
But there is no parameter. It didn't say there were any parameters. I knew that's where you were going to say that, Brody. But there is no parameters. It doesn't say there's parameters. You know? Because if
I'm going to go with Darth Vader.
Why?
Because I get to control the Force and sound like James Earl Jones.
And really, at the end of the day, I don't think there's one person I know. I have good people as friends and whatnot, but we'd all use the Force for bad. We'd all do some shenanigans with the Force. Don't anyone sit there and be like, I totally would not be a bad guy. Oh, you do some shit. Crap. Whether it's like, even something as simple as like, I wasn't speeding, officer. Even something as simple as that, you're going to do it. So, okay. I have another picture I'd like to discuss. See, how is that? We're actually starting stuff and not talking about other stuff that we usually talk about. I've actually found new subjects. I want to get the opinions of, and I know Brody's going to I think Brody's going to be on Chad's side a bit on this one. Let me find that sexy hunk of meat here. All right. That's what I wanted to. All right. I need this certain picture. There it is. Okay. Now,
I think with the Force, you don't have to use your hands.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Probably have some unseen thing do it for you, which would be great. It'd be like
I'm going to have a
scary movie too
doing it. oh my gosh. Man. Come on, man. Okay. All right. Hold on. We're definitely not on the same page here, Brody, because I would use the Force to make some chick do stuff to me. You're talking about doing it, touching your wiener yourself. We're just not the same. We're not the same.
Hold on.
Come on, man. Get a life.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to state, because I know Brody is going to say Lane Stanley, and I'm going to disagree still. Okay. So, he'll say, in this picture, he'll say Scott Weiland. Okay. I'm on the dark side, though, Brody. Remember that. It only works on the weak-minded, so the weak-minded wouldn't mind. So, Chad took, in this battle, a frontman. He said Scott Weiland for a front because he was I want to get exactly what he said. So, hold on. I'm going to just look on my phone because I disagree with him completely. No. What do you say? Okay. He was thinking, okay, so I said Cornell. Okay, but I disagree. And if it's going to be those four, I have to go with either Eddie or Gavin. Here's the reason. So Chad's thing was, if you're talking everything that makes a good frontman, I'd probably go with Weiland. I disagreed staunchly, and I was hoping he was going to be here when I talked about this, so hopefully he'd pop in here really quick. But
hey,
there he is, Chad. We're just talking about you, what you said about frontman battle. Now I can say it out here and get it out in the ether. I actually said to him, I said, I love you, but you couldn't be more wrong. Because a good frontman doesn't leave a band high and dry. Now, I'm not saying with the suicides. I'm saying when Scott Weiland was still alive, he had a really bad habit, and Brody was a victim of this, of not showing up to gigs. That's not a good front man. You know, I'm not even gonna, and then the lighter one would be lighter, but Cornell, Brody, he didn't kill himself, killed himself. So to me, that's not a front man. I know that sounds so bad to say it that way, but if you're looking for someone out of these four guys, you have to go with the two that are still alive. You know, Cornell's was a suicide, a tragedy. I mean, I think they both died. I think Weiland overdosed, but Weiland was known for missing. Yeah, again, but was kicked out of bands for not showing up to shows and leaving the band high and dry. That is not a good front man. That's my opinion. You're not going to change it. Scusi. No. I'm not saying that they're not front men. Who's the better front man?
Yeah.
And that's not what they're saying. No. And I'm not saying that. If you want to take the whole suicide thing out of it, just I'm saying Scott Weiland alone was kicked out of bands because he was no showing shows. He wasn't a reliable frontman. So that's not a reliable leader. And because that's who's the leader of the band, usually for the most part. So that's not what I'm not saying these guys aren't frontman, Brody. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying if you're going to pick someone to lead your band, you need someone who you can count on to be there all the time. Alex, thoughts?
Both Cornell and Scott Weiland were amazingly talented, but I'm going to take them out simply because they're not around at this point. I know in the grand scheme of things, that doesn't matter for the purposes of this, but for me, it's down to Eddie versus Gavin. And in the mid 90s, I liked Bush way more than Pearl Jam. But as the years have gone by, Eddie remains the one true out of the four that I can still identify with. So for me, it's Eddie.
Out of those four, I go Eddie. The top right is Gavin Rossdale, Bush. I go with Eddie.
Who is great.
Yes, he is. It's crazy. I remember an interview with Howard Stern, and let me get this out. Leave that there for a second. Where he was told, like, when they first did 16 Stone, is that his voice, he didn't have a good voice.
BS.
BS is right. So, peak ability over reliability, nonsense. Nonsense.
No, he's not. He's asking, what about peak ability over reliability?
No, because there are bands who, and I'm not a fan of Motley Crue at all. I'm not, okay? But he's still out there singing the shits, but still singing, right? You know what I mean? That's still, whatever you want to say about Vince Neil, we all know the running joke about how bad he is live. We all know it. He's still out there doing it. That makes the band more money. And yeah, you're going to get these indie guys like, I do it for the love. I do blah, 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 blah. No, you're doing it to be famous and make money. Okay? You're not a 43-year-old garbage man in a cover band that's doing it for fun. You're in a band to make money. You know, everybody crapped all over Billy Corgan for saying that when he's like, I'm doing it for the money. You know, back in the 90s, he said that, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, he said he's doing it for the money. Like, come on.
Well, look at what Smashing Pumpkins put out in the 90s. I mean, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So he can say that he's for the money all day, but he still put out a great product. Art.
Yeah. Okay. Now here's an interesting, and I'll say this to you. And me and you have had this. We had this conversation going to see, coming home from Guns N' Roses. No, you said it at the time, and I agreed with you that I'm pissed at Axl Rose and Slash. Because for how good those guys were on stage in 2015, think of the music they could have done if they had just gotten over their egos. Think of the awesome Guns N' Roses we could have had if these guys weren't such butt dumplings and divas. You know, like that, you know, so no, like if you, and then that's your opinion, but you're a huge Guns N' Roses mark. You are. You know, and I love Guns N' Roses too. Right? So, and to compare them to Bon Jovi, I mean, I'm going to lean to Guns N' Roses all the time as well. But, you know, you'll take peak GNR, I understand that, but there's still a lot of people who are going to take, oh my goodness, look who's here.
Hello.
So that's just it, bro. That's what I'm going on, the reliability of a front man that's going to lead a band. And, yeah. And try to keep most of the band together anyways. But, yeah. So, yeah, I think Bush, I still love. They're going to actually be in Calgary here for the Stampede. I just won't go anywhere near the Stampede because it gets too crazy. So, yeah. I'd love to go watch Bush. But, yeah, there's not a chance I'm going down there for Stampede.
And you don't want to get spit roasted just for a ticket to get inside, so.
But do I, though? Let me get back to you on that one.
We'll throw in some cotton candy for you.
Oh, I can't. Diabetes.
The Beatus.
The Beatus.
Offset that with a big old hot dog, if you know what
Well,
I mean.
No, wait. If I drink a big enough Diet Pepsi, I'll be okay.
What?
Right? Isn't that how it works?
You think one cancels out the other?
Family Guy did that. I was like, it was just like a fat chick when she drinks a Diet Pepsi, and she drinks a Diet Pepsi, and she's like, "Oh, now I can eat whatever I want."
Good to see you again, Big Red. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's been quite
Red.
some time. Missed you lots. And he was a good guitar player as well.
Oh, and his two bands he was in, if you want to call Temple a Dog, but I like with Audio Slave and Soundgarden were amazing.
Yeah, and Temple of the Dog was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I'm thinking of Hunger Strike, which I first heard back in college. I know I've said that before, but good Lord, what an amazing song.
I'm hungry. Yeah.
I'd love to do a cover of that.
Yeah.
I'm going hungry.
I'm going hungry. I'd have to
candy and deep fried anything. You know what? I love corn dogs. That's deep fried hot dogs, right?
Yeah, I'll take some.
Yeah.
I'll take some deep fried Big Red.
Ooh.
So I found this has actually bugged me for a while. I don't know why I let it known today in the gym. So after I finished working, I was about to leave, and we have like little cubbies where you stick your bags, of course, right? Of course, there's a bunch of these cubbies that people have left their junk in, like their shoes, and I finally stopped and talked to the two girls there. I'm like, this is such a weird thing to kind of bitch about, but I'm like, does that not drive you ladies nuts? They're like people that leave their crap there, and they're both like, yes. Yes, his cover. Yes, it is an amazing cover. Yeah, it's one of the best ever. I will agree with that. And it's funny because it's not like the regulars like me and the people I know that I talk to at the gym. We all take our stuff with us, right? But it's these buttholes that, like, there's some shoes that has been left there. There's a weight vest that's been there for a year. I don't think anyone's touched it.
Ew.
It's like, throw it out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, there are some singers' voices that I don't think really fit the song. Maybe it's just the tone in which they're singing that particular song.
Mm-hmm.
Someone, and this was years ago, said they didn't like Chad Kroger's voice, and I said it fits for the kind of music that he's playing. Maybe if you put his voice in some other type of music, it wouldn't fit or work, but with what he does, it fits very well, I think.
So they did a cover of Metallica's "Sad But True." It was a video floating around about it for a while, and that to me it didn't suit. You know, just like, okay, the guitar sounded good and stuff, but yeah, like I've never Bolo My Day was awesome. I had a good workout. and then gamed for most of the day. I got to chill out and just do my own thing. It was awesome. Watched some wrestling in the evening. It was awesome. How was yours?
Yeah, you know what? And this relates, and I'm going to piggyback off Big Red's comment. This relates to what people say about Twitter being a wasteland and Reddit being the worst place on the internet. No, those platforms are just fine. It's people. I've said this, I don't know how many times on this show. It's people.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about anyone here in the chat or my good co-host. I'm talking about just people in general. Even at my gym where we lock things up, people will leave stuff in lockers and locks will be left on. And even though the sign says you got to take it off after a day, the lock will be on for 2 weeks. Well, what the hell is the staff doing? Enforce your own rules. People won't clean up after themselves. People will litter. People will not follow basic traffic rules. It's people. It's not anything specific. I can't wait to somehow get a huge amount of money and go live by myself out in the woods. It's people. They've driven me to it.
Well, and you nailed it. See, and you nailed it because all this stuff that we now have with Twitter and StreamYard and Facebook, I'm able to talk to people that I would really not be able to talk to anymore. I wouldn't be able to talk to. And Alex is a prime example. I got one of my good gamer friends' husbands is chilling out watching us do our show right now. It's amazing, the technology, but it's how you use it. That is the issue. And if you're one of these people that you want to get on Twitter and you want to fight for hours and hours, then you're a goober. Like you're a goober. That's how you're choosing to use this technology. It kind of goes back to talking about the Force. Some of us are going to use it for good. Some of us are going to use it for bad, right? It'd be the same thing. The Force is bad. Well, no, the Force wouldn't be bad if people used it properly. It's the same thing as the internet, right? See, Bolo, and that sounds like a great day. Alma sent me a picture.
Gringo.
She sent me a picture of his fridge. She did very well. It was stocked very nicely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, why? I finally watched No Time to Die, the latest James Bond film. And I thought it was interesting that the virus that the villain was trying to develop and put out into the world targeted specific people genetically. So why? This is a total globalist thing of me to say, and I'm not putting any serious stock in this, but why can't we find people who do things like Ryan is saying now, thinking it's cool to dump stuff and ignore signs? Why can't we target them and give them like a 10 strike rule somehow? I know this drifts into the China social credit score, and I'm not advocating that, but I'm saying, why can't we target these people? And once they hit that 10, well, you can't follow basic rules, so you're gone. And I'm not talking about you're gone, we're banishing you to the woods. You're gone. You're out of here. It's the 21st century, man. Come on, man. Come on. We have less sense of, because talking to people over the internet, you can just type stuff and watch them flip out. Yeah.
So that being said, we were cleaning up garbage around. There's some charity bins that we have for diabetes. And I, for one, as someone with diabetes, say we don't need your stuff now. Okay, because it's ridiculous. But so someone had left, like there was a ton of garbage around this thing, right? Hey, there's an ant.
Thank you to Beverly for liking us on Facebook. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
So we were picking up the garbage, and I found a bill with their name on it and address. So it's like, I gave this information to the proper people. It's like, go find them. Here, it's garbage. It's garbage. Go find them. here it is. Nothing happens. Like, yeah. So I don't get it. We have the technology. There's plenty of things in place. I've listened to enough podcasts to know they have caught a lot of murderers because they get vehicles going by stores and whatnot. There's cameras everywhere, right?
Yeah, and I've seen enough murder mystery movies from the past 20 years to know that even the littlest thing caught on camera can really help put a dent in solving an unsolved murder case. There was a movie from 2008 that I watched recently with Diane Lane. She played an FBI agent, and to try and find this killer who was pretty much, it was called Untraceable, a killer who was pretty much untraceable online. They were able to use little techniques and surveillance stuff to find this person. Truly amazing the times we live in, but it does encroach on privacy somewhat.
It does. But then, like, what do you do then?
Yeah.
But this is the thing, is that this is supposed to help people, like officers and stuff, and to get people, yes. But I think that becomes like Red just said. Dude, I already play on 2 ball teams. I have a band and I do this show. I don't have time to start a mercenary group.
I had to clip that. I don't have time to start a mercenary group.
Come back to me in the fall when baseball's done, and then we'll talk.
Oh, mercenary baseball.
Yeah. Okay. A little preoccupied right now, Brody. Jeez.
That's right. Sometimes the petty bothersome stuff, it requires so much energy to try and catch those people doing petty bothersome stuff. It's just like with some oil deposits in, say, in Alaska that are really hard to drill into to get that oil. It's not worth it because you're spending more money than the oil that's there is worth.
Yeah. Well.
Oh yeah. Ryan's revealing his jerk sesh.
I knew it. But that's the thing, is like, when do you finally say, okay, like, we really need to start like clamping down on this? Like, at the time, I mean, it got better now because we moved some bins around so you can actually see the bins better. But at the time, like, it was getting to the point where like we were taking an hour, almost 2 hours to have to clean garbage up. And when you're paying 2 town employees to have to clean this stuff up, and the fuel and all this stuff that, to clean this mess up, that's something that needs to be discussed and taken care of, in my opinion, especially when it's getting on a continuous basis. Right?
Yeah, and it's not like it's 5-year-old children that doing this.
No,
it's
they're adults.
Adult human beings who know better and are still choosing to do it. This is why we need this 10-point system. Thank you, I'm Mr. WEF. And we just need to say to these people after time number 10, okay, you're gone. You've had your chance. The simplest things, and you refuse to do them. Well, bye.
Something that I could get behind, but you can't really do it because the people that are leaving this out are already gone. But my newest pet peeve, and I don't know why this has suddenly started to bug me, is shopping carts just left in the middle of a Walmart parking lot. And I just start grabbing them and putting them away. If I see an older person, I'll say, "Hey, sir, can I take that for you?" Like, not a like. But it, like, I wish, I've seen a couple of things where it's like, keep some zip ties on you so you can zip tie the cart to their door handle. But at the same time, it's like, well, no, the person that would have left the cart is already gone.
Yeah.
Right. So that's kind of, it's pointless and it's not going to work. But it irks me. Yeah. Especially now, the only ones I can't say especially do, but the handicap ones bother me because, like, if somebody's trying to get out with a wheelchair and whatnot, but a lot of the times those people were handicapped and couldn't bring the cart there themselves, right? So I kind of understand the handicap spots, like if they're close, but these people that just leave them, especially like at Costco, like the Walmart, they got a couple of them at our Walmart, but the Costco has them all over the parking lot.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, it's going to leave it. Or I'm just going to put it up on the dirt. because I couldn't waddle my Karen butt over there to put it away. Like, So I'm just
Ryan's comment reminded me of something that I found yesterday, which I'll play in a little bit.
Okay. Because I think like most, like a lot of play, like maybe it's my spoiled whiteness coming through, but if something's expired, I can't eat it. It just is a block for me. I just can't. It just I maybe I could go like a day, but if it's a couple days, it's like no, not at all. I can't. I have a block about it. I just can't.
Now, remember, there's a difference between expired and best before.
Yeah, I guess right. Best before.
Yeah. And
So,
when it comes to fresh food, vegetables, milk, meat, yeah, when it says expired, you are taking your life in your own hands if you decide to eat it after that expiry
yeah,
date.
no doubt, right? Oh, most definitely, yeah. I'm that one that's like, hey, hon, can you smell this? Tell me if it's okay, because I can't. I don't know why. Like if there's mold on cheese, I'm done. Throw the cheese out. I'm not cutting that off. That means all the rest of the cheese is about to go to. Not happening. Not happening. But in this house, our cheese don't last that long, so it's usually gone pretty quick. My son,
a lot of the food that I have, it doesn't reach its best before or expiry date because I only buy as much as I need for a week or so.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like multivitamins, there is an expiry date on it. However, you have to understand the context of what that means for multivitamins because it's not a food per se. That means when a multivitamin reaches its expiry date, that means it is no longer as potent as it was prior to the expiry date. So it may have a few less micrograms here or there of a mineral or a vitamin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. That's funny. I'm not that bad, but like if I see him, like, okay, I'm done. Like I'm done. So yeah, I'm just done.
Going back to Ryan's comment, this is great. Save On donates almost expired food to food banks. Awesome. That is great. I wish more companies would do that. Superstore and Walmart will destroy the food versus donating. Now, I'm going to give you an example of another big company that destroys their food. When I figure out how to share the screen, I've been doing this so long, I should know. There it is. Okay. So this is a video on TikTok from Aiden Stockin. It's 13 seconds long. So you're closing at Starbucks. Look at that. All of that is going to be thrown away.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. That is insane. He's got 3 cards.
Yeah. Well, that was the same. Like when we had the kid working at KFC that lived with us for a while. Like he'd bring home buckets of chicken because they were just gonna throw it out.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, like, like they can't donate it to a food bank or like lesser like families that need it.
There's some legal issue with it as well, where some companies won't take the chance
I guess,
because
yeah.
Because
that's the world we're in right now. Oh, I got sick because they gave me this food. Like,
yeah, it's the potential for liability.
Yeah. We have those here too, Kat. They're Superstore still does it, I think, but it's a loony up here. That's $1. That's like $16 American. And then
other way around.
16 American dollars to earn $1.
The American dollar is worth more than the Canadian. So $1 American dollar would be 16 Canadian dollars using your analogy.
Oh yes. Wait.
The more you know.
My cat's breath smells like cat food.
This goes back to what Big Red was saying. She was saying Aldi and Tesco are the same here.
Yeah.
And she was saying, we have a store called Aldi's. Yeah, I remember that with, was it Superstore? It wasn't Costco. There was
Superstore. It was Superstore.
It was a Superstore.
They still do it.
Yeah. Butcher shops. Nice. Butcher shops. Awesome.
Yeah, there's nothing. Oh, a good butcher shop. Oh, there's nothing better than a fresh cut of meat.
And
Oof.
especially if you go from the butcher shop directly to the bakery where they got the fresh bread and you can
Yep.
smell it when you walk
Oh,
in. Nothing
man,
better.
I know that's so bad for you, but when you go to a bakery, like I'm not talking co-op, I mean like a little bakery, and it's like the fresh white buns, like right out of the oven. You can just give that whole like bag of 12 to me and a stick of butter, and I'm gonna take care of that. Oh, fresh bread, like still warm. Oh, frack.
Yes, and butter. When you open it up, as if you're at, there are some restaurants that do this. They bring you almost hot but really warm bread. You crack it open, and what I do is I put the butter in there, close it up, give it
Yeah.
about 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then eat it like it's
Oh.
a tart or something.
Oh. Yeah. And my snack tonight is peppers and watermelon. Ugh.
An actual chemist shop, hey?
It's really cool. We have the best wood-fired I bet you guys probably do.
Nice.
You know, I bet you do.
Ship some of it to us.
I have a friend and Kat. We have the same friend, Alma. Sorry, I call her Kat. I want him to take pictures of his name, like just his, because he lives in Ireland. I just want to see what it looks like what he sees. Like, but he's a very secretive guy. He doesn't like not seek. Well, I guess it would be secretive. I guess you could call it that. Because I just want to see what it's like, you know. And like I've sent him pictures to show him like the snow and stuff like that, and he'll be like, ugh. But yeah, I just want to see like what his neighborhood is like and what. Like I don't even know where he lives.
No.
Curious of the neighborhood, right? So
I looked up a little bit of Scotland on Google Maps, and I've seen a few Scottish movies in the past 6 months or so. So I have a little bit of a visual idea of what it's like living in and around the big red country. And it's very nice. Some of the highlands and stuff up there.
He's told me the little city he lives in, and like he said, just Google that and look. I'm like, you're such a facetious butthole. Just that's a butthole. So I would love to experience it. I really would. But I don't know if my leg could take being on a flight that long. Like I don't know if I might have to like partage over in a canoe or something.
You can stand up on a plane at some point.
I'd have to see how it would work. So
yeah, I bet it does depend on the area. I bet some areas are really trashy. There was a movie from 2004. Damn it, I can't remember the name, but I saw it not too long ago. Paddy Considine is in it. And he played a guy who had come out of the service and his brother had been bullied by people in that little town. And it's just a trashy looking little town. Others are a strange mix of old fashioned and new. Yeah, that's kind of like Japan in the 80s to the 90s. Differences between those places.
Yeah, I straight up and asked him, Kat. I just wanted to see what it was like.
He's covering himself. Oh,
and I get that, we have had like me and Kat have been gaming together for a long time now. We've had some weird stuff in the crew of people that we've gamed with. We actually had a guy. See if I can get my story right. Okay. His name was Zaw. He was from Winnipeg. He's an awesome dude. We had another person join our crew because in GTA you have crews, right? Who actually was a friend. Okay, stay with me on this. Of a work colleague of Zaw's, and was trying to get dirt on Zaw to get him fired. Like, how messed up is that? Yeah, he actually infiltrated. Like, this guy dug around enough to find out Zaw's was online, as his name was Zaw, and this guy joined our crew to try to get dirt on Zaw to get him fired. Messed up, right?
Yeah, it sounds like someone we know. Sounds like someone we know.
Oh, yeah.
Not to open old wounds, I'm just saying that is messed up, and we know about that.
Mom, I got my pee-pee slapped for being derogatory towards a Town of Tabor member.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, do you have any stories that we need to go through? Because we just kind of just ranted about everything.
Yep.
I don't remember where Zaw worked. I really don't. But he was cool as crap. And and he when he got drunk, it was awesome. He was so calm and cool, but when he would get drunk, he would be the most belligerent butthole ever. It was hilarious. It's kind of like when Kat. I've only gamed with Kat once when she got drunk, and the Mexican really comes out when she's drunk.
You said that before.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so awesome.
Yes. Yeah, I got a story or two for us.
Cool.
So this happened a while ago, May 24th to be exact. So Canadian actor, musician Samantha Weinstein dies at 28. Sucks.
Yeah, wow.
Now, she died.
Oh, crap. You
May
got the
14th.
comments up.
Yep. After being diagnosed with ovarian cancer 2.5 years ago. So 2 years, 6 months ago.
Ugh.
2023, 2021, approximately December of 2020. All right. So good old WB in the comments says, so darn young, you have to wonder how such happens. Oh, I wonder where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
How did she get cancer? What was her genetic predisposition? Okay. Thanks for blah, blah. You have to wonder why people comment without reading the story. I did read the story, WB says. Then you would know it's cancer. My question is, what causes someone so young to get cancer? If you followed the thread, you would have clued in. Oh, we know where this is going, don't we? What actually causes cancer? What makes one more vulnerable than another? And you think the best place is to ask the comment section of here, not Reddit or Google? If you were blaming the vax, people get cancer way before that. But here's the rub. What do vaccines have to do with my question? So, from what I gather, they're not implying that the vaccine has anything to do with this. They're simply asking the question, what causes one person to get cancer over another at such a young age? But from the beginning, because we've seen this so many times before, you were tricked into thinking that this person was secretly saying it was because of the vaccine.
Oh, he was totally baiting her for that. Don't pee in my face and tell me it's raining. Don't
Pee
give me
on my
rabbit
shoes
poop
and tell me it's raining.
Don't give me rabbit poop and call it chocolate. Like, that's exactly what he was getting at. And now he could be like, oh, I wasn't saying vaccines. And there's more of a breaking story. We need to look into this right now. Apparently, Bill Murray is dating the milkshake girl, Khalees or whatever. I need to look into this right now.
The milkshake girl?
Is it fake? Oh, Kim just came in.
It's fake. She was trying to piss her ex-boyfriend off.
Oh, okay, because it just says Bill Murray reportedly dating milkshake hitmaker Kelly's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. My wife debunked it. Thanks, babe. All right, we don't need
my milkshake brings all the boys.
boys
Yeah,
to the- yeah.
yeah. But then again, I wouldn't put it past Bill Murray to have that kind of connection, because he has hung out with the RZA on a few occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill Murray's just an all-around cool guy.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion on the Surrey mayor because I haven't paid attention to anything the Surrey mayor has said or done. I stay away from Surrey. Yeah.
Yeah, I would stay away from Surrey as well.
There we go. 12 deaths out of 1,000 for vaccine reasons. And it's sometimes, it's a really, really, really fine line as to why someone died after getting the vaccine. It's not, it's because it's experimental gene therapy. No, there's something more to it than that. And you have to read the coroner's report and understand what they are saying. But no, it's the vaccine. And someone we know would say, see, it caused 12 deaths. Are you willing to take the time, this person that I'm not going to name, to look at each single one of those deaths and find out exactly why? Or are you going to use the Occam's razor of, no, it was the vaccine, that's it?
Okay,
Anaphylaxis.
it's awesome that you just said that. It's funny because I was just scrolling through Facebook. I'm always looking for things to say. Okay. I hate this comment because nobody's saying you're not going to get COVID still. It's going to be less deadly than would have been regularly. What are you not understanding about that? And guess what? If your dog had got 1, 2, or 3 rabies vaccines and got bit again by a dog with rabies or another animal with rabies, it's gonna get rabies. If it's been, I got my 2 shots. My last vaccine shot was forever ago. If I got COVID now, I'm like, okay, well, yeah, it's out of my system now. Like it would be, because that's what happens with vaccines. It'd be the same thing. If your dog got a rabies shot because it got bit by a bat or something and it had rabies, and then it got bit again like a year later by something with rabies, that would cause it to get rabies again. You'd have to get another rabies shot. You are dumb. Like, oh, it's so stupid. You know, and then you get these people like, yeah, America, also Canada, back there. It's just like, oh,
yeah,
like,
yeah, and how the polio vaccine worked, and how people, the amount of people, kids mostly, who died because they got polio, and how long it took to develop the polio vaccine. And I think there were multiple polio vaccines.
Yes, there was.
Before they finally got it right.
Like Chris Rock said, you know anyone's got polio? Anybody feeling polio lately? You know, like, oh, it's just, oh.
And more.
So I'm gonna quote the Family Guy wrong. I think it was, I knew a guy who bought a vehicle and then bam, 2 years later he got AIDS or something stupid like that. It was so ridiculous.
So then that goes toward that thinking of, if he didn't get the vehicle, he wouldn't have gotten AIDS, because the story will be, he got the vehicle, he drove it around, he had a job, he traveled for leisure to a different city, he met up with someone, they had casual sex, he got the AIDS. Well, how do we trace that back? It's because he got the vehicle.
Yep, because he got the vehicle.
The vehicle gave him AIDS. New headline.
I'm going to sue all the major oil companies because they created gas to give that to the vehicle, and now he got AIDS, so that's what he should do. Really? I didn't know that. The more you know.
The more you know.
Because I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Especially when you talk to us like that. We want to know everything about the UK that's creepy. Oh, yeah.
If it's another picture of your vagina, we already saw punched out once.
Oh, no. You had to bring up that, I guess.
Anyways, do you have another story to share while Big Red's trying to scare the sheboygan out of us?
Yeah. So I saw this on Facebook. My Auntie Kathy shared this, and I couldn't, for how intelligent she is, this was the opposite of an eye-opener. So I saw this. Eat whatever you like because the inventor of the treadmill died at 54. Inventor of gymnastics died at age 57. The world bodybuilding champion, what year? Died at 41. Best footballer died at 60. And then KFC died at 94. Inventor of Nutella died at 88. Inventor of Hennessy died at 98. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. We're at 7 claims so far. How do doctors come to the conclusion that exercise prolongs life? I have issues with the word prolongs. The rabbit is always jumping, but it lives for around 2 years. Well, that's another claim. The turtle that doesn't exercise at all That's another claim. Lives for over 200 years. That's another claim. Okay. So there's this website. It's called Reuters. This is from 2 years ago. The first claim of the inventor of the treadmill died at 54. There were many precursors to the modern treadmill. So are we talking about Sir William Cubitt, who died at 76, Robert Bruce at age 87, or Wayne Quinton at 94? So the age of 54, who exactly? Or William Staub, who invented the first mass-produced modern home treadmill, died at 96. Far cry from 54. Second claim, inventor of gymnastics, died at 57. Although gymnastics has a long history, Frederick Ludwig Jahn, who died in 1852 at 74, is generally seen as the father of modern gymnastics. So this crap about died at age 57, you see, the problem with these kinds of claims is that there's no name associated with it. The inventor of, well, who exactly? Why are you making this claim if you can't provide a source or evidence? The world bodybuilding champion. This is a big problem because the Mr. Olympia happens once a year. So died at age 41. Reuters. I'm going to trust Reuters on this, even though I probably should have done my own research. Several bodybuilders have died young, including Rich Piana, who in my opinion was a goof at 46, and Mike Matarazzo, who died at 48.
I remember that guy's name, Richard.
Rich Piana?
Rich? I want to feel like I've seen him.
Because there's a not a website.
Yeah, he's
a
goober. Yeah, he was a goober.
If you go to the YouTube channel for Infinite Elgin Intensity, his older videos, he would take clips of Rich Piana and just rip on him, and for good reason. So, best footballer in the world, Maradona, died at 60. It's true. However, you got to tell the whole story. Oh, he suffered from drug and alcohol addictions and overeating. Oh, so the best footballer in the world, we're not going to give you the whole story. See, Alex Jones and other conspiracy people do this. They'll give you something that's true, but they won't give you everything. Why? Moving on.
You can't sensationalize it then.
Yeah. The KFC inventor died at 94. Harlan Sanders, who founded KFC, died at the age of 90. So, wrong. Inventor of Nutella died at 88. Nutella was created in 1964 by the Ferrero Company. Michelle Ferrero, who was in charge of the company at the time, died at age 89 in 2015. So, wrong. Inventor of Hennessy died at 98. Hennessy company is a cognac producer founded in 1765. Richard Hennessy died in 1800 at 76 years old. Died at 98? Excuse me? Okay, this. How did doctors come to the conclusion that exercise prolongs life? Prolongs means to extend. I have a big problem with that word because this assumes you know how long you're going to live. And if you exercise, it will add time on to your life. But you would have to know how long you're going to live in order to know that exercise is going to prolong your life. So that's a straw man using prolong. The rabbit is always jumping, but it lives for around 2 years. How long do rabbits live? Lifespan of rabbits. Oldest rabbit lived 18 years. Okay, here's where they get this from. Rabbits in the wild can live anywhere from 1 to 9 years due to predators, habitat loss, and being hit by cars. So I'm going to leave that there. The turtle that doesn't exercise at all, is walking considered exercise? Yes.
Yeah.
walking is considered exercise. So the turtle that doesn't exercise at all, turtles walk. So wrong. Lives over 200 years. How long do turtles live?
I thought I
Turtles'
saw something that
lifespan.
was like
Yeah.
a ridiculous, okay, Greek and leopard turtle. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, I'm just reading. My bad.
There are many records of tortoises that have lived nearly 200 years or even more, but it's hard to verify these claims because the tortoises obviously outlived their owners. So this is a bunch of trash.
Yeah.
All of this is a bunch of trash. And I hesitate to crap on the people who share this because they're simply trying to have a laugh and say, rest, chill, eat, drink, and enjoy life, which I agree with. But do not use misinformation, please. This is a bunch of trash. Do not share this, please. Thank you.
And you can still fit an hour of working out in. It's still like I still have fun. I chill. I drink. So you can still fit a minimum of 3 to 4 hours of exercise a weekend, and that's just me going to the gym. That's not saying people. That's minimum on a slow week. That doesn't include my baseball. That doesn't include taking the dog for walks. So yeah, you can still all do that. Drink, be merry, and whatnot. But I will say though, Alex, that I agree with the sentiment or disagree with your assessment on that exercise. Well, who says exercise prolongs your life? Well, I say it does, because if I didn't, I'd probably be almost 500 pounds now, type 1 diabetic, and lost a foot by now. So that means my life is going to end sooner than it would have if I hadn't started eating better and starting to exercise more often.
But you still don't know how long you're going to live.
You were correct on that, but I know that my life would have been massively shortened if I hadn't changed some of my lifestyle habits. So that being said, I quit smoking and vaping. That's hard. I miss nicotine. And I don't know if it's I miss so much the nicotine, but I sure miss like having a cigarette while having a drink. It just, it coincided so good. So anyways, next story.
Got to catch up on them comments.
Okay.
Bogmen.
I was looking up, it's in Denmark, I believe. Yeah, but I think it was in Denmark. Because of course, here we put bog and it goes to the boots because we have both boots called bog boots here. But apparently, there are well-preserved bog bodies unearthed in Denmark. That might be remains of an ancient ritual. I don't know if that's what Red is talking about or not. So,
well, of course she's pished. She can only watch us that way, I guess.
Oh,
meant to say peat bogs. Hello, Wade.
Peat bogs. Hi, A.A.T.G.M. I miss you too, man, a lot.
Oh,
He's my old bass player for us, who lives in Calgary with the Silver Fox. So it looks like things are going good. He's got a cool little GoPro. He just got a cool motorbike, and he has like one of those cameras that floats spun when he drives around with it and stuff. It's pretty badass. So I really like it. It's cool.
You know what would be badass? Riding one of those things and playing bass at the same time.
Yeah, that would be pretty badass. Okay, so I got Pete Boggs. See, I'm gonna have to do some more digging about this, because I'm not seeing. Oh, the secret of life and death in Ireland's Pete Boggs. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some looking up on that. So.
Oh please! Oh please!
Teague will send me a video now on him playing. I don't know if I could. I think I'm gonna send it to him. There's a stupid video I couldn't stop watching this dumb video. I gotta see if I can even find it now. Talk about another story. I gotta see if I can find it.
All right. So Jim Jeffries, drink. He had a pretty good little bit on the LGBTQ community, and you can find it on YouTube. Jim Jeffries on LGBTQ community, high and dry. The clip is 13 minutes long. I think he talks about it for the first 5 or 6. It's pretty good stuff. And it's Jim Jeffries. He's a comedian. And he says, as he's going to do the material, I like press. So we all know he's going to make a joke.
Yeah, but see, people, that's the problem is people don't see that, right?
Yep, they're going to get everything after he says that.
Yeah, well, that's just it. But I don't think he cares. Have you ever heard of his Oscar Pistorius story?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Blade
amazing,
Runner.
amazing. LGK, there it is. All right, I got it. I'm going to watch it when we're done here. I'm going to find this video, and you're not going to find it funny at all. I put this video on like repeat. I got okay. Any more stories to keep going? So,
Nah, not for now.
oh, I should have been more prepared, but I kept watching this dumb video over and over and over. It's just ridiculous.
How about a Karen video?
Hell yeah.
You like pizza?
Well, yeah.
Awesome.
Is there anyone that doesn't like pizza aside from my wife?
She doesn't like pizza?
No, she's weird.
Why did you marry her?
I mean, her outstanding personality.
Her outstanding personality, quote unquote, includes not liking pizza. I mean, bro, I haven't eaten pizza in 2 years.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I have to stay away from starch, or else I get inflammation from my ankylosing spondylitis, which is a type of arthritis.
What if you ate cauliflower?
Say that word again?
Cauliflower pizza crust. Is
the crust made out of cauliflower?
It is.
It's okay.
It's actually no BS, man. Boston Pizza does it. It's pretty good.
Okay, all right. I'll find it.
Sure you will. Shut up and show your video.
All right. So it's this young woman who's become a Karen in a Little Caesars because she's concerned about the environment. How these things go together, I don't know.
You're also in a Little Caesars.
We have one Mother Earth, right? We have one Mother Earth. You get it, right?
Hey, pause.
One Mother Earth. Take care of it.
Is this woman part raccoon? Did you see her eyes? Like,
no, I missed that.
Wow. Okay, continue.
Respected the way he fucking deserves.
I'm sorry.
Have a good fucking night. I'm gonna send it to your fucking manager. Your fucking
I'll get him. And
yeah,
he's
no
gonna
worries.
kick you out
Get
too.
your manager. Let's go.
Hey, Justin, come here.
Justin, let's go. Let's fucking go. Justin, let's go. I don't care about your kids. Let's go. I'm sorry to bother you, Justin. Your employees don't care about the environment.
I didn't throw this out.
Don't worry, I'm recording. I'm recording this whole fucking time. I'm recording on Facebook Live. Facebook Live, bitch! Facebook Live! Facebook Live, bitch! Facebook Live! You don't care about the environment, bitch! You don't care about the environment. We have one Earth! We have one fucking planet! You don't give a shit about it! We have one fucking Earth! Respect it, bitch! It houses you. It homes you. It fucking makes sure you're good. You don't give a shit.
Excuse me, miss, could you please
No worries. Have a good fucking night, bitch.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Bitch!
I don't even know what to say. Wow. All that over a pizza box. Okay. Judging by your attire and you're eating a Little Caesars, you probably live in a box. So you need to calm down. Okay, this is such a stupid video. I had this on repeat. This on Instagram. I don't know how many times I could play it. Hopefully it works okay. It's just a little video. But, oh my goodness. I don't know why I love it so much. Okay. Oh, it won't work. Like, frack. Oh, there it is. Okay. I don't know why.
Maja, Maja, vrees de pleister, no my,
Like, why don't you play with the neighborhood kids?
Maja, Maja, ho, Maja, Maja, vrees de pleister, no my,
Like, see, one more time. I mean, come on. If we didn't have technology, we wouldn't see this guy.
Maja, Maja, ho,
The
Maja,
face.
Maja, vrees de pleister, no my,
Wow.
Without the internet, we would not see that gem. Come on. Oh. Okay, I did see the new thing about putting dill pickle on pizza. If someone were to buy a pizza, I would try it. If there were a slice abound, I would try it just to see how it tastes. I'm not going to knock it. I'd have to try it first.
So is this going to be the new war on pizza, just like pineapple was? Because I like pineapple on pizza. I would try dill pickle on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza? Yeah, I like
Pineapple on the
pineapple
pizza.
to pizza. Yep.
Speaking of stupid people. Stupid people.
Every time. It's so dumb. Yeah.
So you and I have been drunk together.
A lot. Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
no, it was quite a bit. It was quite a lot.
Yeah. But we have never done something this stupid. We've been close, but it's not been to this level.
Oh! What did they think was going to happen?
Exactly.
Well, in fairness, they probably couldn't see each other because on either side of the fire. I'm betting. Oof! I hope he was okay.
But the way that I found this video, I think the title was Campfire Spear. So it was two guys who were doing a wrestling move over a fire.
Now this is why they have the warnings on wrestling. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is why they have them. Good
Don't
Lord.
do this at home. Speaking of, one more time.
Go for it. Oh! Oh, get it!
Wow. Okay.
So that happened.
That did happen. Wow. All right then.
And because Amanda brought this up, and I'm going to continue that tradition in a moment, I'll show two pictures of stuff that probably should not be hauled away on vehicles.
Oh yeah.
My apologies for not being prepared for that. All right. So a car, pretty loaded to the gills on top, and
Ooh.
a piano on the back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of weighed down, as you can see by the tires.
Wow. Bet you, yeah, wow.
I know people have to save money, times are tight, but this is going to cause problems
Yep.
with the frames,
Mhm.
with the frame
And-
of the vehicle and the axles.
Yep. Yep. Wow. People.
And here's another one. I think this guy has his own junk hauling business.
Oh, great googly moogly.
The trailer is just overloaded. Like at the very least, and I've never hauled a trailer by a truck, but this should all be tarped over
Yes.
so it does not fall.
It should have a netting over it, actually. Not even tarp, yes, or a netting over it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Unreal. That is ridiculous. Okay, I'm going to see if I can sing this. Someone just has this on Facebook. This is by Rick Catsley. Okay. Always going to wake you up. Always gonna knock stuff down. Always gonna run around at 2:30. Always gonna dislike hugs. Always gonna barf on rugs. Always gonna go and watch you take a poo now. Rick Castley.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good, actually. And again, I don't understand why people don't close the door when they use the bathroom. So,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
And with some people, especially at my gym, why they don't flush after using the toilet. I don't understand why I'll open the door to a stall and the toilet, I kid you not, I am not exaggerating. I know what exaggerating is and I'm not doing it. The toilet is full of a combination of either used toilet paper or human feces or both. And I'm talking full. I'm talking to the point of it has to be cordoned off and someone called in to fix it.
Yep.
It's 2023, man.
This is why we can't have nice stuff.
That's right.
Yes.
And this is also why, and I took a picture of this in a building that I have gone to recently. Hopefully this shows up pretty well. To crop the picture a little bit. So please lift the seat. Do not pee on it. This sign exists in 2023.
Surprised there isn't over the urinal like from Roadhouse where it says, "Don't eat the big white mint." Okay, so Big Red, we need to see what you guys use for washrooms then. Like, what do you have? Where would your loo be? I guess I can Google that. A Scottish loo.
Little rooms. Okay, interesting. Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen that in a few movies.
Yeah.
I think construction costs figure in when it comes to constructing rooms as opposed to putting up stalls.
Yeah.
See, here in North America, money is very, very important. It's sometimes more important than other people's lives.
It is. That's pretty sad, but yeah, it is.
I don't understand.
Me neither.
But this is the world we live in. I think I made a point years ago, some comment on Facebook that someone had said money isn't important, something like that. And I said, I was joking when I said this, but I don't, when you type something in, the context isn't always there. So I put error for, what was it? It was something about having fun with friends without money. And my comment was error 404, money not found, or something. Like, how can you have fun without money?
Yeah.
And that conversation went on for a little bit. Now, I'm not saying, and I wasn't saying then, that money is the most important thing. However, especially in this day and age, you cannot get away from having to spend money. Well, I'm going to go hang out with a friend. So you're going to travel, meaning you're going to use a vehicle, which costs money in terms of gas and insurance, or you're going to take the bus, which costs money in terms of a bus pass. You're going to hang out with a friend, which means you're going to use utilities, or you're going to buy food, or you're going to buy alcohol. What you're going to watch something on TV or on a phone? Well, that costs money as well. You're talking about cable TV subscriptions. You're talking about data plans. You're talking about phone usage. You're talking about buying the phone in the first place.
Fair enough. I've seen stalls like that in truck stops.
And here in Vancouver, especially at English Bay, the public washrooms there, the stall doors used to be a good, I want to say 5 feet, which means there's about a foot of space at the bottom and a foot or two of space at the top. But because of junkies, apparently, the top of the stall door has been brought down by 2 or 3 feet. So the stall door is a good 3.5 feet. So you can walk by the stall, look over, and you can see the face of the person sitting on the toilet in the stall.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is the world we live in.
Yep. Well, before we do our moment of Zed, because it's almost time to go. Here. I couldn't agree with the statement anymore. Hold the controller right.
Yes.
Like, I hate everybody in that picture. Ugh. Like, I remember, like, I would get to the point, like, that controller would almost be sideways in my hand. My 64 is buried up there, but yeah, the controller would almost be, like, twisted sideways when I played Mario Kart. Like, God, I hate people. Anyways, moment of Zed.
Yeah. Yeah, them damn junkies, and it's not getting any better, especially in the city in which I live, unfortunately. But what can we do? What can we do? I'm not going to apply that social credit score to junkies because that's just mean. All right.
Thanks, Reverend.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much. Great to see you again. And thank you to everyone who is here tonight, including Bolo, Alma, Brody, Chad, Big Red, of course, Beverly, and Wade. Thank you so much. I am Alex. With me is the Garbage Man. We usually go to the moment of Zed and then come back and then say goodbye. However, I'm changing that up a little bit this week. I have combined the moment of Zed with the end of the show.
Okay. Have a great week, everybody. Remember to love each other. And like I said, have a great week.
Yes, and think before you say something. Think before you do something. People we haven't seen in a while. Really, Hanama, Overseer, Casey, Penny, Trish, Jen, both Trevors, both Jolene's, and a shout out to Gareth. I hope you all are doing well. Do you have any songs to recommend for this week?
Yes, I do. And kind of made me cry the first time I listened to it. How Do I Say Goodbye by Dean Lewis. Apparently the song's been out for a little while. Cole's like, Dad, I've already heard that. Great song. It's I don't know if I mentioned it last week. Maybe I did. But his dad was diagnosed with cancer. He survived. And this is the song he wrote when he found out that his dad had cancer. So yeah, How Do I Say Goodbye by Dean Lewis.
Yes, I have a movie, but I also have some shocking death metal song titles and EP titles to share with the group before we go. So the movie I'm going to share is from last year. It stars Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. It's called Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. It is a movie. If you take anything seriously in that movie, you are going to be mentally discombobulated. And by the end of the movie, you will understand why. It is hilarious. It is hilarious. That is all I can say about it.
Awesome.
Yes. So I'm going to share this with the group. So there's a metal band called Secreted, and they released a new single last year, and it is called Santa Claus is Gunning You Down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. And the EP I'm going to share, the name of the band is Brown Piss. The name of the EP is Human Organs Jammed into a VHS Player.
Okay. There's that. There is that. Well, I can't follow that up.
We're going to end on a high note.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
Thank
Love
you all
you.
for being here. We'll see you next week.